Hello, listener. How are you? Welcome to another episode of
Honourable Mentions.
Hello, Neil.
Hello, Steve. How are you?
How's your brain, do you think?
It's on fire.
When you say on fire, you don't mean your head is in flames.
Yes, it is, yes.
Do you want to do something about that first, or are you happy to continue?
I'm all right.
Okay, happy to continue.
Yeah.
Because today we're opening with a series of clues.
Okay.
And these clues should lead you to the main thrust of today's episode.
Oh, there's a bit of that in it, is there?
Thrust of today's episode.
It's not a dirty one, is it?
It's not a dirty one in any way, shape or form.
Okay.
So here's your set of clues, Neil, at the end of which I hope you'll be able to guess the thrust of today's episode. So, Ozzy Osbourne's was crazy. The OJs had love. The Farm, it was groovy. And Soul Asylums was a runaway. Gladys Knight left at midnight on the way to Georgia. The Monkees took the last one to Clarksville. And, according to Ocean Colour Scene, you should roll the number, write another song like Jimmy heard the day he caught his. What is it, please?
It's not a cold or anything like that. I was getting my head around taxi and that kind of thing, but I'm going to go. Do you know what? I'm going to go out there and put my name down for Train.
Train, you're saying?
Yes.
What about you, listener? Have you come to a conclusion? Because if you did, I hope you also said Train, because, Neil, yes, that is the right answer. Today's episode is going to focus on locomotives.
You just said trains.
Well, in the adult world, for intellectuals like what I am,
right,
locomotives and trains are the same thing. It's just a bigger word for it, Neil.
Just call it a train then.
A locomotive and a train are the same thing.
Yeah, no, but just call it a train. So it's
Well, we're
reaching
going
out to everybody, isn't it? Because everyone knows what train is.
Throughout the rest of this episode, we'll be referring to trains.
Thank you.
Now, do you know of the town called Nacozari?
Yes, I know that quite well.
Do you?
Yeah, I've been there a few times.
What do you know about Nacozari, please?
Wasn't it bombed in the war?
No.
Oh.
Well, no.
Oh.
It was probably bombed in some war or other, but not.
Right.
You're thinking Second World War?
Yeah.
Hiroshima?
It's Japanesey.
No, it's not Japanese.
Oh.
No, that's where you're getting confused. Nacozari was a town, brackets, past tense, close brackets, in the Mexican state of Sonora.
Oh, right, okay, that Nacozari. Sorry.
This is in your Mexico.
Oh, Mexico.
In Central America.
Iba.
Yiba. Do you know Nacozari, its name means an abundance of prickly pears.
Is it?
It's quite a nice little ring to it, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's, as opposed to Northampton, of course, which means an abundance of pricks.
Yes.
At the turn of the 20th century, Nacozari was a peaceful place of around 5,000 souls and a world leader in copper production.
World leader?
In copper production.
Wow.
They produced a lot of coppers.
Did they? So there's plenty of no theft and stuff around there then?
Well, I think what it was, they had an academy that had a really tall guy called Hightower.
Yeah.
Who used to go around like ripping seats out of cars and things.
Right,
they would have had a gun freak.
Yeah.
They would have had that bloke who used to have that megaphone and used to be able to make lots of noises of inanimate objects.
Right, yeah.
They'd have had
that sort of thing.
The blonde woman with
mischievous
massive big
one.
boobs.
Yeah, a mischievous one and a love interest.
That bloke who used to go around going after he said things. That wasn't Scooby-Doo, if anything. That was Taz of Tasmania, but...
That sounded more like Scooby-Doo, I'm sorry.
Reggie? That's Scooby-Doo.
That's nowhere near Scooby-Doo.
Uh-oh, roast? That's Scooby-Doo.
Nope.
So, at the turn of the 20th century, Neil, please.
Yes.
What sort of new technologies would have brought the need for copper all around the world?
Coins.
No. Have another go. New technologies. Coins weren't really new technology at the turn of the 20th century, were they?
We don't know, do you?
Well, they weren't, I'm telling you.
Electricity.
Ooh, yeah. So electrical
cables.
wires is the phrase I think they use.
Okay.
So along those lines of wires, what other technologies would have used wires and copper wires, particularly in abundance?
Telephones.
Yes.
All right.
Yes. And alongside telephones and electrical, what other sort of...
Lights.
Oh, lights is a good one. Light bulb fittings. Yeah. I was thinking telegram wires.
Right. Internet. Morse code.
Yeah, that sort of stuff. Light bulb fittings you've said, Neil. Anything else that you can think of that would use copper in a mass production at that time?
Nuclear.
At the turn of the 20th century, so we're talking the 1900s, and you're saying you're going with nuclear weapons, are you?
Yeah.
You're going to die on that hill, are you? With nuclear weapons?
Okay. Give it a go.
Well, I was thinking more indoor plumbing. Probably not as explosive.
Okay.
Unless it's following you into the toilet.
Water.
Gas and water pipes.
Yes.
And motor car production is the other one I've got written down here.
Okay.
So all those things were happening, and copper was needed across the globe in mass production. And your little town here of Nacozari was a world leader in producing the stuff. It had it in the ground all around the shop.
It had a plethora.
It did. An abundance, a plethora.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm glad you said plethora. That means a lot.
Yeah.
Nacozari's copper miners, so these are the people that actually went in and dug out
small
your
people.
coppers.
Young people.
No, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, that wasn't a documentary of any sort.
Oh, okay.
Nacozari's copper miners earned 10 times the Mexican national wage.
Ooh, I'm not surprised.
So, as you can see, a lot of people would have been flooding into the town thinking, I'll have a piece of that hot booty.
Yes.
But it was a hot, dangerous, hard, and energy-sapping work. So they weren't getting it for nothing. And often,
like most things in life.
Often, moustache-twizzling mine bosses would rather see men maimed or killed than go to the expense of costly safety measures.
Did they have big top hats?
They probably had big top hats and a dog that went like that.
Yeah.
There was always more men desperate for this well-paid work, so why should they bother putting health and safety measures in place?
Kill them off and get some more in.
Exactly. That was their attitude.
Yeah.
Health and safety gone mad.
Well, when you've been working for the same place for a long while, you get to know it and your enthusiasm goes, isn't it? So I suppose if you just keep changing staff, the enthusiasm stays high, doesn't it?
So what you're saying, that people would have deliberately kicked over a box of dynamite in the mine and thought,
killed the feel off.
You're doing well as one of those bosses. You're doing all right.
Yeah, I know.
In 1898, a 16-year-old boy called Jesús García.
Jesus.
Jesus. Now, at some point, listener, I will probably say Jesus. And I'm not meaning Jesus as in your biblical Jesus of Nazareth. I am talking about Jesús García, and I have simply misspoken. I will try not to do so, but please don't go emailing to honourablementionspod@gmail.com and accuse me of blasphemy or any of the such.
Okay, so it's not the Jesus.
No, this is...
Okay, that's all right, that's fine. We know where we are.
Jesús García.
Jesús
García. He travelled in 1898 across the state of Sonora with his 7 siblings, his mum Rosa and dad Francisco.
Where's his wife?
All heading for a new life in this boomtown. Where's his wife? He was 16.
Okay.
Francisco would never make it, sadly, because he was taken ill and died on the way.
Well, big state then.
It must have been, mustn't it? But of course, they'd have been using your donkeys, I should imagine, and things like that. Mule train. So it would have been a train, but a mule train.
But then if they've got copper, they would have built cars. Surely they'd let them have a car.
Why would they let them have a car? Is that what happens nowadays?
They do lease plans, don't they? Things like that.
They don't let you have them, do they? You have to pay for it.
Oh, dear. I don't know what people keep knocking on my door.
Go and help yourself.
Oops.
Rosa and her children did arrive and soon opened a restaurant.
Oh, what was it? Tacos.
Could be a Taco Bell. I thought perhaps a little chef for the Olympic breakfasts. Something like that. But Jesus' brothers all found work in the mines, but Jesus helped out at the restaurant, and when there wasn't enough work there, he'd take little odd jobs around the town. So he wasn't one for sitting on his ass, he was one for going out there and working for his living.
Yeah, doing little odd jobs.
Little odd jobs. He was
odd job Jesus.
Odd job Jesus, yeah, probably. Can he fix it?
Yeah.
Yes, he can.
Put your faith in Jesus.
No.
Oh, that's something else.
Jesus.
Sorry.
But
yeah.
If anyone wants to, then they can put their faith in Jesus or Jesus. It's up to them. He was a popular kid, was Jesus. Polite, happy, and generous to a fault, often spending the money he earned on his spongy little friends.
Well, the spongy?
Yeah.
Well, they're fat.
No, not as in like SquarePants. Spongy as in like, oh, Jesus, I'd really like one of those if only someone would lend me the money. But he didn't mind. Yeah, he didn't mind. A gift has no end, he'd say. Meaning that if you were to gift somebody and be generous towards them, eventually it'll come back to you.
Okay.
When he turned
never happened to me yet, but...
Yeah, well, you've got to start being generous first.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
When he turned 17, Jesus took a job as a water boy in the town's new railroad.
Oh, was that running water onto people when they're getting hot?
So this is a new railroad, but the water would have been used to cool things down, I suppose.
Oh, right. He didn't have a little crate with some bottles in. He just run around and just feed people some water in between breaks and stuff.
I doubt that. No, little plastic bottles and things.
Yeah. Okay.
No.
I know where we are now.
You know where we are.
Just getting it clear in my head. Yeah.
Okay.
I had Adam Sandler in my head for a little while.
So picture this, okay? He quickly won promotions to a switchman, which is someone who works on the line to pull the levers that change
the switch, if you will.
A switch.
Yeah.
A brakeman. So
no, let me have a go for that. He organised people's brakes.
No. He was in charge of the brakes on the train.
Okay, fair enough.
A fireman.
I know this one.
Go on then.
Yeah. He put out fires.
He did, yes. If there were any, of course.
See? Didn't start them, he put them out.
And finally, by the age of 20, to a maquinista. And of course, your mastery of language would already be telling you that is Spanish for engine driver. Is that correct?
I haven't got a bloody clue. I would yes, if you say so, yes.
I thought you were fluent in several languages.
I'm fluent in several. I'm fluent in most languages. But
So
I've never had to have that in a conversation.
A maquinista. You never come across a maquinista.
Might have done them in previous times, but that's a different story.
Did it leave a mess?
Especially when I get them from London free.
But old Jesus, or young Jesus, his work ethic was much appreciated by his employers, and in 1904, they paid for him and 7 of his colleagues to attend the World's Fair in St. Louis, Missouri, which was a huge deal at the time.
I think it was, but is it like the normal American things when they say it's a World Fair, like the World Baseball, and that no one else plays it apart from them?
No, I don't think so. I think Canada play in the World Baseball Series. I asked an American once, I said to him, why do you call it the World Series when only America and Canada, one team from Canada, is it Toronto Blue Jays or something? America and one team from Canada are allowed to play in it. And he said it's called the World Series because all the best baseball players in the world come to play in this series, which is handy because they may tend to be Americans.
Yeah, exactly.
But Mexico, I think Japan as well, Japanish, a couple of Japanese teams did actually request to take part in the World Series, but were declined because America might be worried they didn't win.
Yeah, Pearl Harbor. Anyway.
Like World's Fairs, right?
Yeah.
I think the Eiffel Tower was something to do with being built for a World's Fair. So that's in Paris, that's in France, and that's in Europe. And that's
yes, bonjour. See, I told you.
Not in America.
No, très bien.
So Yeah, I wouldn't say that all Americans, this World Series, this World Fair.
They'll have to keep giving a lot of people notice, because if they are travelling from Europe and stuff like that, it probably took them a few weeks, didn't it, back then? So they've had to do a lot of planning.
It would have been a lot of planning to launch your World's Fairs, yeah.
And telegrams and things.
In St. Louis, Missouri, off went Jesus and 7 of his colleagues, so that was a big deal for them.
It was 8 of them, wasn't it?
Well done.
Thank you.
Have you got your calculator out, or did you?
No, just use my fingers.
Well, that was red hot.
Which I've got 10 fingers, isn't it?
That took you, what, 4 minutes, and you were there?
Easy. Yeah,
well done.
Thank you.
Jesús García was always resplendent in his white shirt, coat and tie, with a tilted back white cowboy hat.
So he wore all white.
Yeah, a bit like Boss Hogg.
Yeah.
In the Dukes of Hazzard. His tanned skin, dark hair, and Hollywood idol jawline. Jesus was recognised and admired all over Nacozari.
He would do it, because everyone else would be stuff and he'd be wearing bright white. Like, what are you doing, you idiot? It's dirty around here.
Well, he obviously took great care in his appearance. And
forever washing his clothes.
From what we know, he must have been a bit of a looker as well. And not unlike ourselves.
Oh, yes, yeah, I can understand. I can get that point of view.
Yeah.
It's difficult sometimes being this good looking.
Oh, Lord, it's hard to be humble when you're perfect in every way. Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah.
We're going to October 1907 now.
Okay.
Jesús García, not only was he a pretty good-looking fella and resplendent in his all white with his tilted cowboy hat, in October 1907 he averted disaster by managing to halt a train whose brakes had failed by reversing the wheels and dumping lots of sand on the line. The train finally ground to a halt only 4 metres from where the tracks run out. So he was also a bit of a hero as well.
A bit of a hero. He didn't do a Superman thing and stand in front of it then and try and stop it.
No, because that wouldn't have been a good idea, would it, Neil?
Well, yeah, no, dear.
I don't think you do. I think you've got a pretty good idea that if there's a train that's brakes have failed and it's rolling away, you're not going to stand in front of it and try and stop it. The best thing is to get on it, as Jesus has done, and reverse it so it's going backwards the other way, and that helps to stop the forward momentum.
So was he driving the train and then sort of ran out and legged it in front of it and then put a load of sand on it, or did it just happen to be a load of sand there or something? What was it? Did he plan it?
They'd have had sand on the train to put out fires and things.
Well, you'd have to run quick then, wouldn't you?
And they've had sand by the tracks and stuff. So I'd imagine he probably was on the train, was he? He noticed that the brakes had failed. Someone must have realised.
He must have legged it. He must have thought, he must have been able to run fast.
He must have as well. So this fella is good looking, is neatly turned out.
He's an athlete.
Is an athlete as well. Is a hero for saving the train. And the men wanted to be him and the women wanted to have him.
Ooh,
everybody loved Jesus.
In what way?
In what way? What, please?
The women wanted to have him.
I'd imagine in a sexual way.
Oh, I didn't know if you want that in a marital way.
Probably as well.
Wanted to have his babies. Wanted to have some baby Jesuses. Yeah.
Yes. Rumpy Jesus Pumpy. That's what they wanted.
Yeah.
Now, he really only had 3 loves in his life, did Jesus.
His suit?
One, of course, was his mother.
Oh.
One was his girlfriend, who we'll come to later. In fact, his fiancée. And the other one was Locomotive number 2, which was his pride and joy. No, you're thinking of a poo.
Oh, okay.
Or a turd, or something along those lines.
Yeah.
But no, this is his actual locomotive, what it is, what he was in charge of.
Oh, okay.
That he used to polish and keep clean and shine all the time.
Yeah, but you wouldn't be able to do that with a poo, would you? So you're probably right then.
You can't polish a turd. That's a well-known phrase, listener.
It is, yeah.
We went, didn't we? We popped into October 1907.
Yeah, we've been there, yeah.
And we're now on the 7th of November 1907.
Okay.
And for a modest young man like Jesús García, October was ancient history. He wasn't dwelling on that, although people wanted to talk to him about it. He wasn't dwelling on that.
Yeah, I'm not interested, love. Sorry, that's behind me.
That's behind me. I'm moving on.
Let's move on. Let's move on.
Moving on,
Forget about it.
As his teeth sparkled in the sun.
Yeah, like Colgate advert. Ting!
And then he went off and cleaved a rock in two with his really square jaw.
Yeah.
Locomotive number 2, this is his pride and joy, right? So I'm going to ask you to see if you can picture this. It has a prominent sloping cowcatcher on its front. Do you know what I mean by cowcatcher?
Is that one of them big sort of like a bumper thing on the front that knocks cows out the way for on the track?
Yes, on the trains. Yes, that's it.
Right, so it's not a catcher, is it? It's a knocker-outer.
Well, it's called a cowcatcher. And it's
Or a killer. Cow killer.
To clear obstacles from the tracks.
No, not just cows.
Not just cows, any old obstacle that
So
got on the tracks.
Should just be why would you call it a cowcatcher then? Why don't you just call it a barrier or a blockage or a bumper even? There you go.
Neil.
A fender, because they're over that way.
Hello, Neil.
Yeah.
Can I just suggest that you go back in time and put this to the people of the time? Because I am not responsible for naming the train paraphernalia at the turn of the 20th century.
Ridiculous. Anyway, carry on.
Carry on. You all right? You calm down?
No, but carry on.
Carry on. So it's got its, I was going to say cowcatcher again, but we'll call it its obstacle clearer.
Yes, that's better.
On the front. And a large round headlight above the smoke box door. So it had one of those big round headlights there that would have lit the way in the dark.
Yeah.
The smokestack itself, belly button.
Yeah, belly button. If it could be a euphemism, couldn't it? Above the big headlight.
Is that what yours does?
Yeah.
It lights your way upstairs, does it?
I've got LEDs in it.
Have you?
Yeah. Don't have a headlamp.
No, just LEDs all around your belly button. Okay. The smokestack that we're talking about now flared outwards from a narrow base, so it's got wider as it goes upwards. And the driver's cab was open to the elements, save for an up and over canopy of steel, which required 2 round window cutouts for the driver and his fireman to see ahead. So can you picture this train now?
Yes, I can. Thank you.
That day, locomotive number 2 was to be shuttling between Nacozari base and the Polaris mine up in the mountains, which is where what it was they got the copper from.
Right.
Taking supplies up and bringing the copper ore back.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, got that.
Jesus maintained, painted and cleaned and hand-polished the old girl. That's the train.
Oh, okay. Right, fair enough.
Leaving a space in the cab for a photograph of his fiancée, Jesusita.
Oh, Jesusita.
Jesusita.
That's right. So there's Jesus and Jesusita.
Jesus and Jesusita.
She's a Jesusita.
There's anything not smut. Do you want to re-record that bit? Jesus and Jesusita.
Jesusita? Sounds a bit rude.
He's still going there. Okay. Apparently the night before, on the 6th of November, old Zeus, one of the things he liked to do was go out of the evening, as was his wont, and he'd make Jesusita laugh, and he'd entertain her by serenading her, if you will, with his guitar, like the old Mexicans do.
Yeah, or near open fire or something.
Yeah, and that was what he was doing the night before.
Oh, that's nice of him, wasn't it?
On the 6th of November, he was out and he was serenading.
I'm a storyteller. Oh, that's not one. Yeah.
That's very good.
Sitting in a tree.
I was into that. Go on, carry on.
No, you're right.
Okay. At breakfast, Rosa, now if you remember Rosa.
Yeah.
She was his mum, wasn't she?
Yes, she was, yeah.
Rosa had warned him that the roosters had been crowing through the night, an omen that someone in the town will die. She pleaded with Jesus to stay at home, but he just laughed and reassured her.
Don't worry, mother.
He had an easy day, he said. He'd done it all 100 times before. What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah.
But of course.
That's what Jeremy Clarkson says.
What's that?
What could possibly go wrong?
Does he? He says it, but in the style of Porky Pig.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shut up.
So, anyway, Jesus, he wasn't listening to the cocks, was he?
Oh, no. Well, you wouldn't, would you, if you're that way inclined? He
wasn't paying any attention to cocks at all. He said to his mother, what could go wrong? Nothing bad ever happened to Jesus when the roosters were cock-a-doodle-doodling, he said.
Yeah.
and he kissed her goodbye and left. When he arrived for work, Jesus was told that the train's usual conductor, a German fella named Albert Beale, had been admitted... Pardon?
Hello, Tweakle.
Hello, Tweakle. Oh, EastEnders.
Yeah, Peter Beale.
Oh, Tweakle.
Yeah, 3 cabbages, Tweakle.
Yeah, so that's who Albert Beale was. That's
Yeah.
what he was doing. He'd have been
That's perhaps
there
why they called it Albert Square.
because of Albert Beale.
Yeah.
Probably.
That's why the Beales were in it as well.
But Albert Beale had been admitted to hospital, so they'd have to manage without him on this day.
Well, that could have been the death then, couldn't it?
Tweakle. Well, he's not dead just because he's in hospital.
No, but he could be dying in hospital.
Well, we don't know.
That could have been reason for all the cocks.
Lots of cocks.
Yeah.
Meant a German was in hospital.
Yeah.
Well, that's not what Rosa said.
Oh, okay.
But Albert Tweakle was the conductor, and his job was to oversee the loading and unloading of the open-top train cars and ensuring everything ran smoothly and on time.
Right.
But he wasn't there, was he? Because he was in hospital, as we've already discussed at some length.
Yeah, he's having a sickie. He pulled a sickie.
As long as he didn't pull one of the cocks, then he would be fine, wouldn't he?
Yeah, yeah.
He was ill enough to be in hospital, Neil, so let's not diminish his illness.
Okay.
Now, Jesus was an experienced train driver, but he'd never been a conductor. Nevertheless, he'd been told that Albert Beale was not there, and he was going to have to conduct and drive this train.
All right.
So they had the crew. There was Jesús García, who we've already met, who's the driver stroke conductor on this occasion. A brakeman called Hippolito.
Hey, yeah, like that.
Francisco, who was an off-duty brakeman who had volunteered to cover.
That's nice of him.
An 18-year-old fireman called Jose.
Jose!
But the first journey they made arrived at the mine, Polaris mine, without any incident at all. So that was good. Yeah,
everyone did the job well. Good team. Well done.
By midday, locomotive number 2 had completed a couple of trips there and back, all without incident.
There you go, then.
Or so we think. Because Jesus and Jose had noticed a problem with the screen that protected the open cars behind the engine from sparks and embers rising from the wood-burning engine and through the smokestack.
Ooh, right.
They alerted the workshop, as you would do, wouldn't you?
Yeah, we've got sparks coming out the top of the engine here.
Now, normally, Albert Beale would have gone into the workshop and said, all right, Tweakle.
Yeah.
We've got some sparks here, Tweakle.
Here's your cabbages. Where's my Tweakle? Let's sort me sparks out, Tweakle.
Yes. But he wasn't there, was he?
No.
So while the workers tended to the engine and loaded the cars for the next trip, Jesus had lunch of chicken soup with Rosa.
Wow.
Neighbours later confirmed that she had shared her premonition again as they ate. Now the roosters were crowing in the middle of the day. She begged him to stay at home, but Jesus couldn't stay at home, could he? Because old Beale, Albert Tweakle, was off ill, and they needed him. You
can't ignore the cocks, she said.
They needed him. That's what she said.
Yeah.
Pay attention. Look at this cock.
Yeah.
Pay attention to it. But Jesus said 2 more round trips and he'd be home again. Stop your whittling.
Yeah. Why'd you let him, Mum?
Just after 2 p.m., locomotive number 2 ready to set off again towards the Polaris mine up in the mountains there.
Mm-hmm.
But because there was no conductor, there was no Albert Beale.
Yeah.
The 2 front cars contained 70 boxes of dynamite, or 3.5 tons, complete with their detonators and fuses.
What did you wrap up?
This was
why would you put that right near the end? Oh, go on. Yeah,
this was strictly against company regulations, which stated that dynamite must be carried only in the rear cars.
Well, you'd think so, wouldn't you?
But the other cars that day contained completely safe and non-flammable material called hay, or dried grass, or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
So the dynamite was at the front, and the hay was in the back.
Who the hell loaded that up?
They got it completely the wrong way around. Well, there was no conductor there to tell them.
Well, you don't need the conductor to tell you that, surely.
Oh, but Bill, or an experienced conductor, if they'd have been on duty that day, they'd have said, oi, Tweakle, we need to load those 3 cars.
Yeah.
3 cars, we've got hay. They need to go to your front.
Yeah.
And your dynamite needs to go to your back, he'd have said, when he Tweakle.
Yeah.
And that would have been perfectly all right.
Yeah.
But he wasn't there, of course. And Jesus needed his lunch. Of course he did, because he started work ridiculously early.
Oh, yeah.
So he needed something at all. So on the 7th of November, 1907, there was no conductor, and there was no time to make sure that it was reloaded correctly.
What do you mean there's no time?
Well, because they had a schedule.
So?
Or a schedule, however you want to say that. But
I mean, surely he'd check his load before he drove off.
Well, perhaps he did, but he also wanted to get the train. Oh, sorry, yes. The load on the train.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did, but they didn't have time to then rearrange, shunt all the cars around.
Well, Stephen, I'm sorry, but if there was if you've got that and there's dynamite right near the fiery engine that's sparking out stuff, you'd say to yourself, do you know what? I'm taking it. I'm not taking that. No, I am not, because that is a hazard. Of
course. We know. Well done, Neil, because you've picked up on the other little thing here about the smoke screen.
Yes.
Or the protector screen.
Exactly. You'd say, no. I'm going to the office. Say, hey, come on. I'm not taking that. That is dangerous. That is dangerous. Not for me, pal. Poof.
That's now, the mine, of course, that had to keep on mining, needed plenty of explosives to blast away the rock and expose the copper ore.
I'm sure they did, but surely in a safe manner.
But this dynamite wasn't just dynamite. This dynamite was the most powerful dynamite available anywhere in the world at that time.
Where's the man with the high vis and the clipboard?
They needed one, didn't they? He was in hospital, Tweakle.
Oh, for God's sake. So you're telling me that, oh, don't worry, go on, just go.
This dynamite was stored in the Nacozari powder magazine, a building...
Is that a good read?
Yes, it is actually. It's not just about dynamite and
it's got talcum in it and all that sort of stuff.
It's got all sorts of powders in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, the old Charlie, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, sounds like a good read.
Well, it is a good read. It's very broad in the areas it covers.
Is it still available?
No.
Oh, okay.
Because I've just made it up. It was stored in the Nacozari powder magazine. Magazine being the name for a building that stores explosives, ammunition, that sort of stuff.
Okay.
And this building stood directly between the narrow gauge track that led up to the Polaris mine and back.
Don't tell me the furnace.
And the standard gauge, which led to Douglas, Arizona, where the copper ore was smelted.
Good old Douglas.
I don't know who this Douglas was, but he was a busy fella.
Busy man, wasn't he?
He was a busy fella, wasn't he? If he was smelting everything on his own. The powder magazine held 2,000 boxes of high-grade dynamite.
Wow. That's a lot, isn't it, Stephen?
So Jesus... Oh, I've done it, haven't I?
You've done it.
Oh, no.
You did it earlier, but I didn't pull you up on it.
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh, dear. I'm going to upset the baby Jesus now. I don't mean it as a blaspheme. No. Jesus allowed his precious locomotive to crawl away from the yard, ready to gather up a head of steam. And as he did, the story is that a small boy spotted smoke in the leading boxcar.
With the dynamite, in short. Oh, for God's sake. Right.
Stray sparks have already reached the open car.
No.
Francesco immediately shouted for the train to be stopped.
Fuego, fuego.
He planned to... That's good. That adds a bit of atmosphere for the listener.
Yeah. And I spoke Spanish.
He planned to pull out the smoking boxes of dynamite and smother them in dirt to put out the flames.
The dirt bit. But then perhaps, what's his face? Jesus didn't want to go out and ruin his suit.
But by the time he could clamber his way up onto the boxcar, the smoke had become flames.
What? Oh, right.
The river was too far away for water to be fetched because no one had thought water might be a handy thing to keep around.
Yeah, you think so, yeah.
The water boy had been promoted all the way up to the driver, and now he was also doing the conducting bit.
Yeah.
Francisco and Hippolito removed their jackets and tried to beat the flames, but without any success.
I wouldn't have thought they would do.
Well, you don't know, Neil, because, right, perhaps they were wearing blazers.
There you go. They should have just weed on it.
That, listener, is a top-quality joke.
Yeah.
Urinating on it is not. That's just filth.
It'll put the flames out, wouldn't it?
Depends how much.
But your own built-in water supply.
I could just imagine you turning up a fire somewhere.
Excuse me?
One stand back.
I've got this. I'm going
to wee on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll work.
There you go.
Right. Anyway, let's stop mucking about and we need to be serious because the yard housed not only the powder magazine, which we've already referenced.
Yes,
that was
it did,
on its way to Douglas.
Yeah.
But other locomotives were there as well.
Right. Don't tell me they were loaded up as well.
I don't know.
Oh,
there were gas tanks and chemical tanks. Not to mention the all-important lifeblood to Nacozari, which were the rail tracks themselves.
Yeah.
Because they were bringing in food and workers and letting them export their copper and everything.
Yeah.
And then there was the rail yard's close proximity to houses, shops, and the local school.
Ooh, okay.
Jesus knew there was only one thing to do. He had to take the train up and put the mountains between the Dynamite and Nacozari, because if he let these flames get out of control where they were, the whole place could go up, couldn't it?
It could, yeah, absolutely.
I bet he was wishing now that he could get his hands on a cock and listen to what they were saying to him.
I bet he wishes now he'd get his hands on what's his face in hospital, or people loaded up his train and said, "What the hell were you doing, you bloody, you crazy fools?
Where's Tweakle? We need Tweakle." That's what he would have shouted. So Jesus opened the throttle and began to power the train out from the yard, ordering his crew to jump.
Yeah, you would, wouldn't you?
18-year-old Jose refused.
He'd punch him off. Get off.
And it's his testimony that we have for what happened next. So, let's do some picturing.
Mm-hmm.
Over the clatter of the iron wheels on the narrow gauge tracks, the chugging of the full capacity engine, the whistle of rushing air going past your head and your ears, and the thud of thumping hearts, Jesus hollered for Jose to jump. If someone
Jump, Jose.
That's what he said. Jump around, jump up, and get down. If someone has to die, there's no point in it being both of us, he bellowed.
Yeah, if we both got to die, that's silly. Get off this train, you git.
Is that Spanish?
Yeah.
Well done.
You're welcome.
That adds a bit of flavour and colour for the listener. Jesus had made this climb in locomotive number 2 more times than anyone dared to count, but as the train chugged away, he was frequently checking back down the line to see how far they were from Nacozari, to see how many more boxes of dynamite had succumbed to the flames.
Bloody hell. I bet his bum was twitching.
Jose, I bet his bum was twitching.
Yeah, I bet it was.
I bet his little bum hairs was probably singeing as well.
Yeah.
Jose insisted on staying with his friend and mentor until finally all but forced him to jump. Now, I don't know whether that meant like just in the air or off the train.
I think off the train.
Jose rolled over and over through the dust and scrub, but was remarkably unhurt, so he did depart the train.
Yeah, he jumped off it.
He jumped off
the films.
That was a good guess, Neil.
Yeah.
He probably did, yeah. He probably did do it and not lose his hat.
Swing his arms around and stuff, and didn't lose his hat. So got up and just pushed himself off with his hat and put it back on again in a sexy sort of sly look in his face.
Is that how you find it?
Yep.
Okay. He managed to scramble back up the track and take shelter behind a low bridge.
Good idea.
Now, from his shelter behind a low bridge, up ahead, he could see Jesus frantically gesturing for the folks scattered around Camp 6, which was just 4 miles or 6 kilometres out of Nacozari, to run and take cover. But people saw it was good old friendly Jesús García and assumed he was just waving hello.
Well, you would, didn't you? What, mate?
He's like, get out the bloody way. It's going to blow. I'm just getting us all on fire.
Skedaddle.
Vamos.
Oh, that's Yeah.
Yariba, ande,
Yeah.
yiba. Yeah.
Get out of the way. Oh, there you go.
And they're all going, hello. It's Jesus. Hello.
That's Jesus.
Hello, Jesus.
Hello, Jesus. We just said hello to you in your last run, greedy pig.
I say he's in a bit of a rush today.
Yeah.
Yes.
Seems a little bit erratic.
He's got his hat off and he's waving it at us and everything. Jose, of course, was watching from his little bridge, could taste the dryness in his mouth as he watched that plucky locomotive climb the final ridge. He crouched, almost ready to make the jump on behalf of his friend. He was going to make it, he thought. Yeah. Jesus had saved them all over again. Yeah. Good old Jesus.
You're getting close to the rim.
But then, just 50 metres, 164 feet from safety...
What happened?
That's what happened. A lightning flash of perfect white, the noise of the explosion echoed around the mountains and could be heard 10 miles or 16 kilometres away.
How did they know?
Because people would have reported it, I'd imagine.
Couldn't they have gone a bit further? Was it sort of 10 miles? It's quite a distance. Did they get to 11 miles and people go, no, I never heard a thing? Yeah. Oh, right, okay.
That's exactly what happened. Thick grey smoke bloomed to block out the sky.
Yeah.
The shockwave broke windows in Nacozari 4 miles distant. So just the shockwave of this boom broke windows 4 miles distant. Some reported dinner plates being shook from their tables. Imagine.
So they're having the tea and it just flew off. Well, I'd be raging with that.
Twisted metal, shrapnel and rubble hammered down into the streets and roofs of Nacozari. So you imagine you're one of the imagine you're one of the school kids and you sat there in your school, all of a sudden the ground starts shaking, the windows cave in, and all you hear on your roof outside is this sort of thud, think the world was ending.
You would, wouldn't you?
By some miracle, locomotive number 2 had clung stubbornly to the twisted tracks above the freshly blown 20-foot crater. But tragically, Jesús García was lost.
What, he lost his way? Couldn't see the smoke?
His body was found far from the scene and was only identifiable because of a solitary boot.
Well, so they couldn't find anything. Well, was he naked or was he in bits?
He was pretty badly burnt and probably in bits.
There could be bits of him still out there then.
Well, I doubt it, Neil. Yes, you
could be sitting here with your dinner, also a hand lunch in your lap. You could have lived that far up in the air. You don't know. It could have took that long to drop down.
You think you're taking the family there for the next holiday to have a look?
No.
In all, 13 people died that day.
Just because, well, do you know what? I'm not going there, Steve. I'm not going there.
I'd imagine, actually, more than 13 people died that day, if you're talking globally. But in Nacozari, in this incident, 13 people died that day. 2 children were blinded, which was utter tragedy for such a close-knit community, but there could have been countless more lives lost were it not for the selfless actions of one man. Jesús García died just 6 days before his 26th birthday.
Why?
Well, because he was blown up in a train. Not been paying attention.
Yeah.
Today, he's a national hero in Mexico.
Is he? Health safety went over it that way, would they?
There are schools, streets, bridges and plazas all named after him.
Is there now?
Every November the 7th, the country celebrates Railroad Workers' Day in his honour.
Still.
And Rosa attended the Nacozari Remembrance every year until her death in 1924, when mysteriously she stopped attending.
Right. Why did she stop attending?
Well, it's a bit of a mystery. She attended every year until her death in 1924, and she just stopped. No one really knows why.
No.
Jesus was posthumously awarded the American Cross of Honor by the US of A.
Right, that's no good to him. He's dead.
The first Mexican ever to have the honour bestowed. And 2 years after the accident, the town unveiled a permanent memorial to Jesús García, the hero of Nacozari. No, an actual monument.
Oh, right.
But there are some very, very sad, I mean, it's sad enough as it is, isn't it? So something even sadder, not only did he blow a 20-foot crater and there was no copper in it, but sadly, Jesusita, his fiancée, did not live to see the unveiling of the memorial. to her
Oh, that's
fiancé.
sad. Well, she died of sadness. She died of a broken heart.
She did, Neil, yes.
I don't like that. That's not nice.
Less than a year after Jesus had passed away in his explosion. The greatest respect the people of Nacozari could pay was to do what, in some way, Jesus died trying to prevent.
Blow things up.
And that was erase themselves from the map.
Oh. I thought they were going to sort of annual blowing something up.
Shortly after his ultimate sacrifice, the Sonora State Congress decreed that Nacozari would henceforth be known as Nacozari de Garcia. And the town still proudly bears his name to this day.
Does it? Maybe perhaps someone will change it again.
So it's Nacozari de Garcia now. Now, how do you feel about Jesús García, Neil?
Well, he is a hero. I'll give him that because he stayed with the train, but, and he saved those lives. I just can't get out of my head that he didn't check his load and he didn't say, do you know what? That's too dangerous. This ain't happening, pal. Or you could look at it and think, well, actually, it was starting to smoke when he got to the train himself, engine, and thought, I better get this out of the way. If he did that, fair play to him. If he didn't check his load beforehand and it started to smoke on his journey, then I'm sorry. He has a little bit of responsibility to that.
If he was relying on other people to do these jobs, and he had returned knowing that there is a very tight schedule there for him to get this goods and things up to the mine and then bring the copper back, that perhaps he didn't have time to check the thing properly and was just relying on what other people had told him they'd done.
Mm-hmm.
He may have said, right, lads, I'm going for my lunch. I'm having chicken soup today. Thank you very much for asking. Can you please load it? Dynamite at the back, hay at the front, because hay doesn't catch fire, as we all famously know, and away you go.
Yeah.
And it just didn't happen, did it?
No, it didn't happen, no.
But the moral of today's story, of course, is for gentlemen.
Check your load before you go anywhere.
Well, I was going to say for gentlemen particularly, we have often been accused of thinking with our John Thomases. So when you have got a clear message from a cock, you need to listen.
Yeah. You need to follow your cock.
Thank you, listener, for staying with us through an exciting story of sacrifice, Jesus, Mexico, and ultimately a tragic story of big holes.
Yes, a large crater. Is that still there, do you know?
It probably is. What's the point in filling it in?
Have they filled in Jesus' hole?
Yes. Thank you, listener, for joining us for another exciting episode of
Honourable Mentions.
That was very good.
That was Spanish.
That was Spanish. That's fluent.
Yeah, it was, told you.
We'll be back again soon.
So a star.
Pardon?
Exactly.
Yeah. Thank you very much for joining us. We'll be back again soon for another run through history for the people that history has forgotten but shouldn't have. That is a really, really bad sentence. We'll probably leave it there.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye. Honourable mentions. Bye. 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 Bye.
Bye.
This better be good. I'm about to launch the invading fleet.
Sire, I have a message from Earth.
Well, come on then, Quark 7. What does it say?
Sire, it says, thank you so much for listening to Honourable Mentions. Your support means so much to us. It really does. Honest. Cross my heart and all that.
Support? These Earthlings have support.
They're asking people to like, share and subscribe and badger everyone you know to do the same. They say to follow them around and keep tripping them up until they do. These Earthlings are mighty protectors indeed, sire.
Why didn't I know of these mighty Earthlings before? Can I contact them?
It says to email them whatever that is at honourablementionspod@gmail.com, or we can try their social media.
Socials? My intelligence was that the Earthlings were divided. Who could possibly be powerful enough to unite them?
Honourable Mentions is researched by Stephen Webb, but it contains 100% unscripted nonsense, sire. I have to say, they appear foolish in the extreme, but they must wield a whole lot of strength and charisma, and no doubt plenty of sex appeal too. Right, ladies?
Who you talking to?
No one.
Well, stop it. Find out who these Earthlings are working for, and exterminate them immediately.
They're part of something called an Uncover Brothers production, sire.
Brothers in arms? It gets worse.
Yes, sire. They even have their own war anthem written and performed by Pepe and the Bandits. It's really quite catchy, actually. Here, listen to it.
I'll listen later wherever I stream my music. And call the admirals the invasion is off. Honourable Mentions has saved the Earth. For now, at least.
We could come back next week, sire, but they broadcast their message every 7 rotations. Dare I say, it's as if they knew we were coming.
Curses. Who are they? How has Earth protected itself with these god-like beings? Oh well, take us home, Quark 7, and fetch me some dippy soldiers for my tea. I need cheering up.